Lance now on first down.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
A lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Touchdown! Christian McCaffrey from 19 yards away. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Play action. Now it's Lance.
That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett.
And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds.
A big play there for L.A. 41 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
And Lance going to throw. He's got the hookup downfield to Samuel.
Touchdown, L.A. Deebo Samuel. 36 yards.
And the Chargers are back within a score.
Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll make our score 14-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, That's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
This offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw is Mahomes, escaping the pressure right.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Mahomes throw pulled in by Kittle. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Again to the big tight end, George Kittle.
And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Jackson, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw into the hands of Lockett. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Up the middle with Eckler.
And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try to keep the defense honest.
Harrison just sit back and try to throw another down.
Yeah, he gets quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Well, come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there. So go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it's now 21-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going.
Remember, they were just out here a moment ago and threw the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Here we go. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.